it's Natasha, creator here at Educational Roots. I also just started a second channel called Reselling Roots, and that's all about reselling. So if you are a reseller or you want to be a reseller, head over there and check me out. I'll leave the link down below. But in this video, I'm going to show you the online curriculum for moving beyond the page. I had a lot of people say they would love to see a video about this, so I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what the online version of moving beyond the page is like. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you love all things homeschool. Now let's turn this camera around. Okay, so here is what the online curriculum looks like. You basically log into Moving Beyond the Page and you go to Online Curriculum and you will see any of your purchased units right here. And as you can see, it shows my recently used, and then it shows my available units. And you get 365 days worth of access, I believe. And so here we have my units, and I did not purchase Learning Gates, which I guess is like their spelling program. I don't really know anything about that. So I'm just going to show you the actual units and what those look like. So you click onto your unit. For example, here we have your state, and you see that you have getting ready, reading and materials, student activity pages. These are PDFs that you can print out. Reading and questions pages. Again, that's a PDF you can print out. Summary of skills, how to use Moving Beyond the Page, and review sheet. And then we see the different lessons here, and spelling and vocabulary, but again, I did not purchase that portion. So I want to show you what kind of looks like when we click these links. So for the getting ready, the reading and materials list, it breaks it down by lesson, what you'll need, which I really appreciate. And then we can go back here and we can see the student activity pages. And so those are just a PDF, as we can see here. And you can print those out for all the students in your home. And if you have more than one student, you may want to seriously consider the online version, because they do give you access for all the students in your home, versus if you purchase a pre-printed version of the curriculum, you only get permission to use that with one student and you are not allowed to make copies. So if you have more than one child using the curriculum, as I do recommend using the online version so you can print it out yourself. Honestly, there's not that many student sheets, so even if you don't have a printer, it would probably make more sense to still get the online version and just like have a friend print it out or something, because it really isn't too many sheets. Okay, and then we have, so same thing with the reading and questions pages, and then summary of skills. We can go there, and I love this because it breaks it down into language, arts, and social studies. Now this is a social studies unit, so that's why there is a whole lot of social studies skills and only one language arts skill, because this is a social studies unit. And then we have how to use, and then the review sheet. And this is kind of nice because it basically breaks it down by each lesson, kind of the main points that your student should know by the end of that lesson. So the teacher in me really likes how this is set up, because this is the kind of things with objectives and lesson planning that I would have to do in my traditional classroom. So I do appreciate that. Then you can click each lesson here, and it starts with getting started and gives you some background information, stuff you need, ideas to think about, things to know, and then skills, and then introducing the lesson. And so basically you would tell your child this information. You would introduce the lesson to them, and then it tells you anything you need to read, questions to ask them, and then you click next, and then you go to the activities. So each lesson has typically numerous activities you can do. And again, the printables for each for each activity are listed here, or you can just go back to where we were originally and print out the whole thing, which is what I did. But if you want to print them out as you go, you just go into each activity and print the one page here. So however you really want to do it. So here we see the different activities, and then we go to the conclusion, anything to discuss, review, and any special notes. And then you can mark lesson completed if you would like to. Okay, so now let me show you the American Tall Tales and Legends. I just wanted to basically show you the difference in the summary of skills. The way the curriculum is set up is exactly the same as far as our getting ready material, our actual lesson material, but I did want to show you that the summary of skills, since this is primarily a language arts unit, you will see that there's tons of language arts skills and only one social studies skills. Now, Moving Beyond the Page does recommend you do things together. For example, it says here, this unit can be used independently, but it is also designed to be used concurrently with the social studies unit, My State. I also noticed with Moving Beyond the Page, a lot of times the language arts units will go back and forth between social studies and science. So the concurrent unit for this one is social studies, but maybe the next one would be science, and you're kind of going back and forth with that. However, I also did notice in our American Tall Tales and Legends that there is some science included too. So, and this just so happens to also include a handy guide to writing and grammar, which is really neat too. So it has all of your grammar rules and everything like that in a writer's guide. So you can print that out for your students as well. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you in showing you what the online version of Moving Beyond the Page is like. I think it's fantastic. So I'll leave a link down below where you can find Moving Beyond the Page. I purchased this myself. It is not sponsored, but I hope that you find this content helpful. If you find this content helpful, you can always buy me a coffee. Well, it's called Buy Me a Coffee, but I don't drink coffee. So it's more like buying me a Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper, but you can buy me a coffee down below to show your support of this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. The best appreciation you can show me is giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on any content.